Right guys, how are we all getting on? Right, so I've decided I'm going out now to get a haircut, pick up some bits from my dad from Euro Parts. So I decided I'm going to talk about, what was I going to talk about? I forgot what I was going to talk about. So I'm going to talk about how much it costs to own one of these Astra VXRs. So, you know, as you can imagine, it's a VXR, so they're going to be a little bit pricey. Shut the fuck up and talk to the boys here. So they're going to be a bit pricey, but you don't buy the car to fucking not spend the money. Now, I'm not going to talk about modifications wise, because obviously that's not cost to the car, that's your own choice. And you're coming on another drive with me. Hopefully this time I've set the camera up right, because last time it was shaking everywhere. I've got it resting on the dash now, so fingers crossed don't fucking fall off. Right, so I'm gonna head down to me mum's now and grab the money so I can get my dad's shit. I've got a piece of paper here because I swear I've got dementia at my young age, because I can't remember fuck all. Right, so first we'll talk about if you haven't got one of these cars, you've got to buy one. Now, depending on mileage and things, you're looking anywhere from 8 to 15 grand probably. Obviously 15 grand being a newer one with low mileage. Now, this one I got off a family friend, and I got a real good deal on it. So it was on 22k miles, which is absolutely fuck all. It's a 12 plate, and I paid 9 grand for it. So to me, that is a bargain. I think for that mileage and that, this car should have been about 12 grand, maybe more. Ooh, fucking hell, bit like. And it's the Ardent Blue one, so I believe that's the more sought after colour. Where am I going? Right, this way. So yeah, so you're looking between 8 and 15k to buy the car. Now, then insurance comes along. Now this also changes depending on your driving experience, your age, all these type of things. For me, I'm 26 this month. I got 4 years no claims. I've never had an accident or anything like that. I've just swapped my car that many times, changed my insurance. I've just lost my no claims all the time through doing that. Now for this car, I'm paying £73 a month on the insurance, which is pretty cheap, I think, because I was paying, I think it was £69 on my Corsa VXR, and this thing is so much faster than my VXR Corsa. So I thought when I was buying the car, I was like, oh no, how much is this going to cost me? But to be honest, there wasn't much difference, so it didn't really bother me. DIY on the street now, no. So insurance obviously is going to depend on you as a person, so I can't really tell you how much it's going to cost for you guys. Now tax is one that's going to be roughly the same. Let me just check. I have written it down. So I pay £27.56 a month. So this should be the same for near enough all of you, to be honest, because obviously it's the same car, same emissions and things like that. That works out at about £330 a month, I think. So which is quite expensive, but obviously it's a sporty car, so you're going to pay more, bigger engine, things like that. You're going to pay more for tax. So that's tax. So that's roughly going to be about the same for everyone. Then we come to servicing it. So I haven't had the car too long, to be honest. I've had it a good few months, but I have serviced it, gearbox oil change, things like that, and engine oil changes. Now, I paid £125 for a service kit, and I did it myself because I saw people getting quoted. Like £500 to have it done by VXR, and there is not a fucking chance in hell I am letting them do my car for £500. I'd rather lie on my back and do it myself. So that's what I did. So obviously, if you want to have the book stamped and things like that, you're gonna have to pay more. But to be honest, I'd rather just do it myself. It cost me £125. There is one tip when changing the oil I will give you, is when you take the nut out for the sump, make sure you take, there's like a little bar that goes across like a brace, make sure you take that off, because I didn't, and the oil, didn't realise the oil was going into it, and the fucking oil went all over my face, all over the fucking street, and yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But I'll learn from that lesson, so next time I'll know to take it out. Yeah, so yeah, you're looking, if you're going to do it yourself, you're looking at about £125, maybe a bit more. That was for the Iridium spark plugs, I think, but I would not recommend them because they made my car run like shit, so I wouldn't be doing that. Gearbox oil. Now, obviously, if you go to VXR, you're going to be charging you arm and a leg again. They don't put the right amount of oil in for some reason when you first buy the car. They seem to not put enough in. I don't know why they do that, but so I paid, I think it was £53 or something like that for oil. I bought a bit more than you're supposed to have because I was told to do that by some pals of mine on the forums. So I didn't do it myself. I was going to do it myself, but apparently there's a special tool you need to get the sump gearbox nut off, and I run into a friend who I haven't spoken to in a while, and he said he worked for VXR, so he charged me £20 to change my gearbox oil, so I could not go wrong with that. So I got that done. Basically, I was having a whine on the gearbox, and the car never had a gearbox oil change, so that was the first thing to do. The whine is still there a little bit, so I might need to top my gearbox up a little bit more. But yeah, so if you're going to do it yourself, it's going to cost you about 50 to 60 quid. Obviously that's just for your oil. Right, I'm at my Mars now, so right, so I'm going to go in and sort some stuff out with my mum, and then I'll fucking carry on this video. So I'll obviously be back in a minute. Right, back from my mum's. Fucking hell, got me running fucking errands and all that, you know. Well, my dad's out doing other things. He's the one driving the fucking diesel, and I'm the one running around after his fucking car parts. Now, what did I speak about last? Was the gearbox one? Yeah, so I've spoken about that. Right, we'll go for tyres now. Now, these can be fucking expensive for this fucker, because obviously you've got 20-inch wheels. So, let me open the window a bit, I am sweating. Right, so, tyres. I paid, check on my receipt, I paid £113 for a tyre. I bought two, so obviously it was like 200 something. I'm not very good at maths. That was for a mid-range tyre, brand new, Falcons they were, 113 each, so like, that's not that bad really, but for a mid-range. If you go for the high range, like your Michelin Pilot Sports or things like that, obviously I think for about 4 tyres you're looking about 600 plus quid. And to be honest, these tyres I've got on, I haven't don't notice any wheel spin, anything like that. It's quite grippy, to be honest. So if you are going to get some, I do recommend getting the mid-range ones. They're alright. Obviously if you go in track and things like that, then probably that's where I'd go for the higher range ones, because you're going to want proper grip if you go on a track. The last thing you want is to go around a bend and you're going fucking flying. Now, come on, you can. Now, the big thing on this car, which obviously it's a VXR, so you can imagine fueling the bastard is is expensive, especially for me. I do a lot of miles because I drive like 200 miles to work, and sometimes I come back every weekend, so that's like a 400-mile journey on a weekend. Obviously you can imagine doing that in the VXR. Yeah, it gets pricey. £100 a weekend if I come home. That's just to go there and back. That's without driving around where I live. It's not as bad, to be honest. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be. It's better than my Corsa. For some reason that thing cost me an absolute fucking fortune to run. Probably because it was fucked. So the only fuel I use is Shell V-Power or Tesco Momentum. I will not put any other fuel in here. That cheap shit, not a chance. Don't know what it is. I'm proper anal about fuel. So yeah, I'm gonna look on here now. I can't remember how you do it. Give me 2 seconds. Right, miles per gallon, where are we at? So apparently I am averaging 30.9 miles per gallon. Now that is probably because I do a lot of motorway miles, because I definitely don't do that around town. So yeah, 30.9. So that's going to shock a few of you, because that is pretty decent. But it sure doesn't feel like that when I'm at the petrol station every 2 minutes. Now, yeah, so that's fuel. Fuel is, obviously you don't buy the car to worry about the fuel. If you're worried about the fuel, get yourself a little diesel, because obviously VXR is not the car for you. Right, I'm at Euro Car Parts now, so I will be stopping the video again, because I've got to go and grab my dad's shit. Come on mate, what the fuck are you doing? Right, so I'm going to head in. I'm going to head inside and grab my dad's stuff. I'll carry the video on obviously when I get out. Right, I am back. Yes, car, I know I got low fucking fuel. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shit back to my mum's now. Yeah, so I've pretty much gone through everything that this car's cost me so far. Obviously it's cost me modifications and things like that, but that's my own choice, and obviously if you're buying modifications, that's your own choice as well. There's one other thing actually which I haven't changed yet, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to when I have to change it, which is my front pads and discs. Yeah, so front pads and discs, mine are getting low. The discs are looking pretty worn, so that will be an upcoming thing. Now I think it's going to cost me about 500 odd quid to have my pads and discs done. That's just for the parts. So if you are getting one of these, just be wary that pads and discs are fucking expensive, but they stop real well, so they're worth every fucking penny. Like, oh, obviously if you're going to be getting it done by a garage, you're going to be paying a lot more than 500 odd quid, because obviously you're paying for them to fit it. I will be fitting it myself, because where the fucking hell's he going? Yeah, right, so yeah, I'll be doing my pads and discs myself, so it's going to be a lot cheaper than what obviously you guys would pay if you're getting it fitted by a garage. I will, when it comes to doing my brakes, I will be doing a video of me doing it. Obviously, so the ones of you who don't know how to do things on cars, it'd be good for you to watch, so you can hopefully save yourself a few quid doing it yourself, because that's what you want. You don't want to be spending fucking loads on a garage when it's pretty simple and straightforward to do yourself. Back discs and pads, from what I've seen, they're not expensive at all. A couple hundred quid, probably not even that. So not too bad there. Just the dearest bit is the brakes on the front. Now, I've had no, touch wood, I've had no problems with this car yet. The only problem I did have was my whiny gearbox. That was just the diff, because it needed fresh oil, and more oil actually. So police everywhere around here. I wasn't planning on doing this video anyway. I just thought it'd be good for obviously a few people have been saying they've been looking into getting these cars. I just thought I'd give my experience, because I think I've had the car long enough to know how much things are costing. So just a little video just to tell you what to expect. Obviously, if you're buying the car, you've got the money to run the car. If you haven't got the money to run the car, simply don't fucking buy the car, because that's just a stupid idea, isn't it? If you can't afford to run it, why fucking have it? And the only other thing that costs me money is cleaning it, because I clean it a lot. But that's it. Right, so that's everything I can think about. There's not really much more I could say about costs wise, because I haven't really spent anything else on the car. So yeah, so I'll leave the video there. Fucking bin man. Yeah, so I'll leave the video there. Just make sure I've gone through all this list. Yeah, so I've gone through all this list, and obviously you can now see that they are expensive to own, expensive to run, but if you don't like that's expensive, simply just don't buy it. Fucking hell, this bin wagon fucking stinks, man. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, what are you looking at, old man? Right, I'm gonna leave the video there, because I'm getting stared at like fuck here, like a fucking weirdo sit talking to myself in the car. Obviously, I'm looking for cars to do reviews on. I've got my mate's pink M4 to do, so hopefully I'll get that done next week or this week. He said he's ready whenever really, so I'll get that on the channel. It's pretty sick. Still waiting for my mate's Astra VXR. I'm not sure if he's fixed it yet, so I'm going to message him later and see how he's getting on. But if anyone wants their car on the channel, just message me. It would be best if you could come down to me, because obviously I don't want to be travelling around everywhere. If you want your car on the channel, just come to me. Give me a message, emails on my YouTube, or yeah. I'm also looking for a new intro to be made, so if anyone could do that for me, please drop me a message on that. Somebody did message me on email, but he hasn't replied back to me yet, so I'll leave the video there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it's a bit of insight to you if you are looking to get one. It might persuade you not to get one if you obviously don't want to be spending lots of money, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. So just please subscribe if you haven't, like, comment if you liked the video. If you've got any future video ideas for me to do, because at the minute, while I haven't got car parts, there's not really much I can talk about with the car. I am trying my best to think of things, but to be honest, it is hard to think of stuff when there's not really anything you can do. That's why I want to get other cars on the channel, things like that. My dad wants me to do a review on his BMW 5 Series, so I might take that out and do a video on that. But other than that, there's not much going on. Update on the exhaust. I messaged them yesterday and I've had an update email saying that it's expected into their stock on the 26th, so next week I think that is. So I hope that it comes in so I can get this fucking video done for the exhaust system, and I just want my car loud, to be honest. Yeah, so yeah, just remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.